A nice cup of tea.
So,
hello.
We're here.
We are here.
Hello, guys.
I'm so excited.
I know. We've been talking about doing this for a little while.
It has been a little while now.
Like doing this podcast, and I'm properly excited that we're finally doing it.
Do you know and we got the lights working.
Yeah, we got the lights working, and it looks
that's
good.
The whole story.
Yeah, that's the whole story. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with how everything looks. Just to kind of tell you guys like what the podcast is actually going to be about and what we're going to chat about. It's going to be everything that we're interested in.
Yeah.
So obviously bodybuilding will always be a topic because we're both interested in bodybuilding.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to talk about
what's going on.
Yeah, like what's going on social media wise, what's going on in the news. Films, cars, yeah. Literally anything we're interested in, that's what we're going to talk about on this podcast. But naturally, because we both love bodybuilding, I think we have to start with bodybuilding.
I think we'll have to start there.
So, Tiffers, what's new in the bodybuilding world?
So, obviously the Toronto Pro Show happened this weekend.
I know.
Results are in.
So, for any of you guys that don't know, this was the last show to qualify for the Mr. Olympia.
Yes. Hold on, I think there's another show. I think there's the New York Pro Show.
I think that might be for the next Mr. Olympia though.
Okay.
I think this is the last qualifier.
For the 2022 Mr. Olympia?
I think so.
Right, okay.
Might be wrong, but I think it is.
Well, big stakes on the line for the guys then. But it's done now.
It's done now.
We know the results.
We know the results.
Yeah, do you want to know them?
Well, I know them.
But yeah, we do, but we'll let you guys know if anyone doesn't know. So, I'm doing men's open.
Okay.
So, for number 1, Joel Thomas. He was unanimous, you know.
Joel Thomas looked amazing.
He did look really good.
I thought he looked really, really good.
There's quite a bit of controversy though about the guy who came second, Quinton Aria.
They had very different physiques.
Yes, they did.
It did look a bit strange, them standing next to each other, because they had very, very different. I'll pop up pictures so you guys can see, but like they look so different to each other.
They did.
Yeah.
Quinton's conditioning, can I just say, like, it's extraordinary.
Yeah,
like, I think that's because of his classic physique past, but unbelievable. So obviously he came second.
Yeah. Both guys looked amazing, by the way.
Yeah. I'm not discrediting Joel, by the way. Third we had Joe Seaman.
Tragic name. Brilliant physique, tragic name. Looks amazing as well.
Fourth we had, I don't know, I'm gonna bugger this name. Elron Galley?
Elron Gary.
Yeah. Fifth we had Stanimal or Standalong.
Stanimal's what everyone knows him by.
Yeah, that's what
I've been really, really excited to see Stanimal compete. He's a guy that I've personally followed on Instagram for quite a long time.
Yeah.
So I was just quite interested to see like how he would place, how the judges would like his physique, and I think he did really well.
He came fifth.
I think to come fifth is amazing, and he looked incredible, and I think he's only going to get better. So I think Stanimal, again, I'll pop a picture up for you guys to see, but I thought he looked really good. Really, really good.
Now the lineup was small. There was only 9.
It was quite a small lineup. Yeah.
It was only 9 contestants, but Joel won. He's through.
He's in the he's going to Mr. Olympia.
And he is a big guy.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. I think a lot of you guys will know, but we went to the Arnold Classic in the UK, and there obviously we saw Nathan Diasha,
Samuel.
Samson,
yeah, that's it.
Dowder. So I really want to see obviously how those guys do, because I've seen them with my own eyes, but it's a really, really impressive lineup
it is.
At the Mr. Olympia.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be very, very competitive.
Now, sorry to move you on, but I've got to talk about this and I'm so excited about this.
This is the classic.
This is the classic guy.
This is crazy, this is nuts.
Insane.
I've never heard of this happen before.
I think
at least
unheard of.
Not since I've been following bodybuilding, I've never heard of this happening.
Basically, to give you guys the information that we're talking about.
Yeah.
So Anthony Casado?
I think it's Casado.
Yeah, he won his amateur show and he got his pro card on Saturday. He then went on Sunday.
Literally rocked up to the Sunday show.
And won
the show.
And won.
That is unheard of. To literally get your pro card and then win a pro show the next day and then get qualified for the Mr. Olympia.
It's insane.
That is insane. So basically within a 48-hour period, you've gone from not being a pro to now getting to stand on stage with the best in the world.
Yeah.
and like he's going to the Mr. Olympia. That is crazy.
Legit. No.
Congratulations.
I don't know.
That is nuts.
I mean, I saw videos of him on the stage.
Yeah.
He looked amazing.
Yeah,
he looked insane.
Yeah, he did. I think he deserved it as well. I think he was the best guy there.
Yeah, I think he was as well.
Yeah.
Well, he clearly was.
Clearly he was.
Moving on to 212. So something similar.
This was interesting as well. Yeah, the guy who won his pro card, I think he came 4th.
He did.
Didn't he? He came 4th.
He did. That's what I was going to say.
Which is an amazing. Again, like that is a very, very good result.
Oh, it's amazing. Imagine being an amateur and then rocking up to a pro show and just coming 4th.
Yeah.
You know, these guys are...
What was his name again? Remind me of his name.
Stephen Diddyshak?
Stephen Diddyshak.
Yeah. So,
sorry for butchering your name.
I know, I feel bad. We're very bad at pronunciation.
But yeah, he looked incredible.
He did look good.
The guys in 212, they're so good now. They are unbelievable. Yeah.
The only thing that I didn't like was when I was looking at the videos of them on stage, they looked like they had distended guts. And like, that's one thing that like, it really puts me off. Like, obviously these guys are huge, like they work so hard for their physiques. But when I see that, it does put me off, and this moves me on to...
There's...
Akeem Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah. The picture
there was
going around.
Yeah. There was a picture that I think he was doing some guest posing, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
And he's hitting a back double. And his gut, you can see it hanging out. Now, plumberism or bubble gut, whatever you want to call it, distension has never been a problem for Akeem.
No.
Never been a problem for him.
No. His midsection has always done well.
It's always been relative. It's always been pretty tight. It's always been more. It's been different things like his conditioning and other things that have held him back. Not necessarily his distension. So to be honest with you. And because it's Akeem, he's been doing it for so long. It doesn't really concern me.
No.
Unless it's a new problem, which it could be. It could very well be a new issue that is coming up now.
Sure.
But I'm not concerned in terms of like how his physique will look on the big stage, because I'm sure he'll sort it out. Either he has just amazing abdominal control, which he might do. We don't know. This is a new problem.
I mean, we've got to give it to him. It's his off season.
It is his off season.
He's guest posing. He's not competing at that current. I think it was the Amateur Olympia that he was guest posing.
That's a very good point. I think if we see him at like the Mr. Olympia and he still has that distension, then there's a problem. Then there's a problem. But I think he's guest posing. It's the off season.
We got to give it to him.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily give it to him, but I don't think it's cause for concern.
No, not yet anyway.
Not yet anyway.
Right, we're going to move on to Patrick Moore.
Oh yeah.
It's a bit controversial.
I don't think it should. Nah, I think it should be a bit controversial.
I think it is a bit controversial.
But I think he could be really, really good.
So to keep
for you guys that don't know.
Yeah. Basically, he's an open competitor, isn't he?
Currently, yeah.
Yes. And he's been hinting. This is all speculation. This might not be happening. We could be really going on the trains with this, but I think he's hinting at moving down to classic. Now we think that he walks around on stage about 240 pounds.
Yeah.
So if he was to go into classic for his height, I think he's about 5'10". He'd have to be 215 pounds on stage.
Now 25 pounds might not sound like a lot.
No.
But you got to think Patrick Moore. That's his on-stage weight.
Yeah.
Now look at Patrick Moore.
He's a lean guy.
He is lean. So that 25 pounds is muscle mass.
It is. Yeah.
That's a lot of muscle mass to lose. 25 pounds is a lot. Now, I'm a big fan of Patrick's physique. I really, really love his physique.
He's got a very good physique.
It's one of my, I'll be honest, I think it is one of my favourite physiques. I'd say it's probably my top 10 physiques at the minute.
That's a big thing.
I think he looks incredible.
Right.
But I don't know how that would look with him weighing 215.
No.
Because it would be a completely different physique.
I think with his physique, I think it'd be interesting to see what he would look like at that weight, because where's he going to lose it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it would just be all round, but he has a very classic aesthetic looking physique anyway, which is why I think it might be a bit controversial because he's so big. He's 240 pounds and to lose 25 pounds of muscle, that's a lot of muscle.
Yeah.
But I think classic might suit him more. because of his frame, because of the ways, just because of how aesthetic his physique is.
Yeah. This is definitely something that we're just going to have to wait and see.
I think we'll just have to see how he looks, yeah. And, you know, Patrick Moore's always one of those guys where on Instagram he looks amazing.
Sure, yeah.
But then when you see him next to these guys, he does fall a little bit short sometimes. So I think Classic might be a better division for him because he's not just going to get out-muscled.
No, not anymore.
Because obviously you can only wear, you know, in open you can just physically get out-massed, out-muscled. In Classic, sure you can get guys like Chris Bumstead who are like, who
the Greek god.
The Greek god, who are like 6'2".
Yeah.
But it still looks, it's to their frame.
Sure,
you know what I mean?
it's in proportion.
You're not going to get a guy like Big Ramy who's 5'10" and like 280 pounds on stage.
5'10"?
I think so. And he's like, I think at like the 2018 Mr. Olympia or 20, I think he was like nearly 300 pounds on stage.
He's a big guy.
Dumb.
He's a big guy.
That is insane. Do you know what I mean? So to weigh 240 pounds, that's a lot of mass.
Yeah.
That you're giving up. But we'll have to wait and see.
Breon Ainsley, this is the conclusion of bodybuilding news that I've got anyway.
Yeah.
Breon Ainsley is getting ready. He is so ready for next year.
Yeah. I feel quite sorry for Breon.
Yeah.
Because I feel like he's always kind of been in the shadow of Chris Bumstead. Ever since Chris Bumstead came onto the scene, it's always been, you know, Breon Ainsley's in the shadow of Chris Bumstead, not, wow, look at how much Breon Ainsley pushes Chris Bumstead. Because Breon's an amazing bodybuilder.
Yeah,
and I do feel quite sorry for him because he went from obviously winning to second to now third. So I do feel quite sorry for him, but I really I'm excited that he's dedicated to bodybuilding. Do you know what I mean? That excites me.
I mean, he'll be going up against Rough Diesel again, which is what I think everyone wants to see in the March 2022.
Who would you favour in that Rough Diesel or?
I want to give it to Breon Ainsley.
Do you?
I do. I think, as you said, he is such a good bodybuilder.
I really like his physique. His
physique right now, I know it's his off season, but he looks good.
I genuinely think if Breon was 6 foot and because Chris is just so much bigger, so much taller than him. I think if the gap was a little bit smaller, it'd be very, very close. I mean, it's close anyway.
I want, like, obviously Chris is at the top of his game right now. He's not letting the podium up for anyone.
No.
But I want to see who comes after him. I would be very interested in seeing who will be
that sort of heir apparent.
Yeah. Because I want to know whether it be him stepping down or him just slowly declining. But it's Chris Bumstead, no one wants to see him lose.
I mean, I think Olympians have always kind of had their time in the sun.
Yeah.
And then eventually they have to come down.
They have to come down at some point.
You know, so obviously at some point someone will overtake Chris. It's only natural. But yeah, I'm excited to see Breon compete at that Arnold Classic. We just got to see how he does.
That concludes the bodybuilding section.
Yeah.
So bye bodybuilding.
Sorry.
You can leave.
Yeah, I can leave. See you guys. There's plenty more we talk about.
We have so much to talk about.
We have so much more bollocks to chat about.
Yeah, you guys are going to have to be listening to us for at least another half an hour.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Spiderman.
So do I.
I really want to talk about Spiderman. We've got the new Tom Holland Spider-Man No Way Home coming.
We do.
Very, very soon.
For any of you guys that don't, I'm sure some of you guys who watched our lives for a little while might know, but I'm a huge comic book fan.
Yeah, big time.
And my favourite character is Spider-Man. I'm not just saying that because he's trending.
You have loved Spider-Man.
He genuinely is. Like, the first superhero film that I ever saw was Spider-Man 2. I was 4 and I got it on DVD.
Wow. Well, there we go.
At Christmas. So, yeah. Did you see the trailer?
I did.
You did?
I did.
Yeah.
It's a bit dodge.
Did you see the Brazilian trailer?
I did.
That looks a bit dodge.
That looks very dodge.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the lizard.
Oh, I don't know what's going on. Sony, you've got
I don't know.
you've got some explaining to do.
I don't know who's sort of handling their CGI
Yeah.
and what they were trying to remove, but they didn't do a very good job.
They did not do a very good job, did they?
No.
Well,
they didn't cut it at the right point.
No. I think we all know what's going to come in the film.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. I think if they're not in the film, there will be like
uproar, genuine
and outrage.
uproar.
Yeah. Like I would genuinely be concerned for like the cast and the crews.
I also don't want it to be like the typical like put them in for a scene, take them out. Do you know what I mean?
No.
I don't want that.
I want it to be more than a cameo.
Yes.
But I also don't want them to be primary characters.
No.
I want them to be primary, secondary characters.
Yes. I want them to be as much involved as the villains.
Okay. Do you know Into the Spider-Verse?
Yes.
Speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, by the way,
We need to talk about that.
We'll talk about that in a minute. But you know how Peter Parker and Gwen were in that film?
Yes.
That's how I think Toby and Andrew should be in that film. Miles Morales was still the main character in that film, and I think Tom should still be the main character in this film because it is his film.
Yeah.
But they still have a really good presence in the film.
I think I'd be very upset if they didn't have a big supporting presence, like you just said.
Yeah.
I think I'd be very, very upset if they didn't.
But they're clearly in the film.
They're in the film.
It's so obvious. We're watching on the 15th.
We are, so we will be putting a podcast out.
On that day.
And if you are American, sorry, but you ruined Venom for us.
Yeah, you ruined Venom for us, so...
Deal with it.
Yeah, karma. But yeah, we probably will put a review out for it, because...
We are nerds.
Nah, it's not nerds.
No.
I think the term nerd is like...
It's completely gone out.
I think it's completely out the window, yeah. Like, I don't really know anyone who doesn't like Marvel.
Well, Marvel's such a big thing now, isn't it? Like superhero films is like what we watch anyway, basically on the daily. And I think people are quite like us. I imagine some people are.
Endgame made $3 billion worldwide.
$3 billion.
So like I think most people have seen it.
I think most people have seen it. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Yes, this is a film that I'm really excited. I'm equally as excited for this as I am No Way Home.
So am I.
So this is coming out next year.
2022?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you seen the trailer?
I have. I literally watched it just before we sat down to film.
Oh, have you? Okay.
So,
What do you think?
I'm confused. I don't know what's going to happen in the film. I know that obviously Gwen comes in.
But I quite like that though, because I think in No Way Home, Sony have released so much stuff.
We know exactly what's going to happen.
That we pretty much know exactly what's going to happen.
Exactly.
Like, I feel like I've seen half the film.
Genuinely same. Like, genuinely same.
So I hope with this new... I think it's Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Yes, I think that's what it's called, yeah.
I hope that they're a little bit more restrained.
The thing is, what I don't like about, like, this is just in general about trailers nowadays, is that they do genuinely show too much.
Way too much.
I feel like I know exactly what I'm going to watch. I know exactly what character's going to be in there, what time it's going to happen.
I think especially with like No Way Home, I think when they revealed Doc Ock, I think that was enough.
Yes.
They should have kept...
The first trailer,
I think, was the best trailer, plenty. I think if they'd just done that and then just released like spots, I think it would have been enough. But then again, I'm not in the Holly, do you know what I mean? Like, who are we? But
they're probably making millions off like YouTube views from it.
Exactly.
So there we go.
Yeah. But yeah. So if you were to rank all the Spider-Man films then, how would you rank them? Okay,
right. I'm just going to put this out there. I've recently just watched the Andrew Garfield films. Like literally 2 days ago, I watched
The Amazing
Spider-Man. Yesterday, I watched The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I'm quite comfortably putting them at the lowest.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start at the top because that will make more sense. I've got number one for me is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I think we share that opinion.
Yeah, I mean that is the best. That is the best one.
Second, I have Spider-Man 2. Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
Just to make that clear.
I would need to be the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
Just to make that clear. And then I've got Tobey Maguire Spider-Man Uno.
Yep.
I've got Tom Holland. What's the fast one called?
Homecoming.
Yep. And then I've got Tom Holland.
Far From Home.
Far From Home, thank you.
You're doing well, aren't you?
And then I've got The Amazing Spider-Man 3, and then I've got the 2 Andrew Garfield films.
Spider-Man 3. Yes.
Yes.
The Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, I think my list is pretty much exactly the same. To be honest. Except I would probably put Spider-Man 3 above the Tom Holland films.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Because I think for me, the thing about the Tom Holland films is I don't like how I feel like he's not really his own superhero.
I hate that.
And although, do you know what I mean? I feel like he's so reliant on other people, Iron Man, that it
takes away from the character.
Yeah, I like how he solved his own problems with his own strength and with his own, like he was his own superhero.
Yeah.
And I think the train scene from Spider-Man 2, I think shows that.
Yes.
The best out of any scene in any of the Spider-Man films about how he fixes things and is a superhero through his own strengths despite sort of facing dilemmas like all the time.
Sure.
And that's why I like Spider-Man so much, is because like I find him the most relatable. Like he has realistic problems.
Yeah.
I mean, like
he gets hurt.
He gets hurt. Like if he gets shot, he's not like Superman where he just it just bounces off him. Like he gets hurt and he has relationship problems and he has money problems and he is a bit socially awkward, and I really really like that about him.
Yeah.
I get some of that with Tom Holland Spider-Man, but I feel like I get all of that with Tobey Maguire.
I'm gonna this is the last two pence that I'm gonna put about Tom Holland.
Yeah.
I don't like what they've done with this Spider-Man. He's too nice. He's
Too nice?
Tom Holland, Spider-Man. He's too nice.
You mean he's too nice?
Why would he give Tony Stark's glasses, literally the last thing he's got of Tony Stark, to some random stranger?
Okay, yeah, I can't explain that.
Please, Marvel, I would like a written note.
Yeah, that is dumb.
And a written explanation. He's just too nice. And in this film,
I think oblivious. He's very oblivious.
He's very naive.
Yeah, in the film.
And oblivious.
But
yes.
I think maybe it's because he's young. I don't know.
No. There is, to me, no excuse.
Yeah,
Genuinely no
That
excuse.
is dumb. I cannot excuse that.
And I swear to God, in this next film, if he's like, oh, I want them to live, like I want the villains to live, which I know is going to happen.
We know kind of what the tension is between Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, because that's literally all out there.
Sorry, I just get so frustrated by it.
We're still gassed.
We are very, very excited. Like,
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, I'm so excited to see this film. I just don't like that aspect about Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah.
I'm very, very excited.
So if you had to rank the Spider-Mans then? Tobey, Tom.
Tobey, Tom, Andrew. But I don't think... I like Andrew. I like his character. I like who he is.
He has some bad films though.
But he just had some bad films. But that's not his fault. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah. That was workout in itself, wasn't it?
That was not flattering. Yeah, you gotta hold it up.
Gotta hold it up. got to show your tits.
I've got to show my tits and your nuts.
Yeah, before we continue with the video, we just want to say a massive thank you to the sponsors of this video, Foundry Weights. Do you want to tell the guys a little bit about them?
Yeah, so these guys make 100% cast iron kettlebells and weight plates. They've got some indestructible dumbbells coming up soon.
They do, really soon.
They look so cool.
Look amazing.
Basically, these guys have been around since the 1890s. They're a foundry up in Birmingham, and they make really cool stuff.
They've been making car parts like for like literally like 100 years. So to them, making stuff like this is a literal piece of piss. And it is genuinely some of like the best equipment in the UK. All of the equipment in my gym that I use that is like free weight based, so the plates, the kettlebells, the dumbbells eventually, they're all from the great guys at Foundry Weights.
Yes, sir.
And using the code Harrison, you guys can save 10% off.
Which goes a long way with these guys.
Which goes a long way with these because, you know, they're big cast iron plates. But yeah, go give them some love, go check them out, use code Harrison, let them know that we sent you.
Yes, sir.
Let's continue with the video.
We're back.
We're back, guys.
I promise there won't be another ad for at least 10 minutes, okay?
Yeah.
Don't worry about it, guys.
She's lying, there's another one.
Sorry.
Anyway.
I'm going to move on to the Ace family.
Go for it.
I'm not going to tell everything that happened because we would quite literally be here for
There
an
was
hour.
so much just bollocks.
I explained to you everything that happened a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Do you remember? That's a yes.
I remember most things.
I won't go into detail.
But to be honest, there's so much just weird kind of ducking stuff.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird. If you guys want information about it, there's loads on YouTube. Literally just type in their name, scandals will come up straight away. But I just want to talk about how badly they manipulate their audience, because they have such a young audience.
Yeah.
Like they're a family vlogging channel.
I mean, maybe if we talk about what actually happened, like the house situation.
Okay.
Because the house situation is quite interesting.
It is.
But there's so many details in there that
I'm gonna try and overview it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try.
If you can.
Basically, they bought this house. Yes, bought.
Quotation marks.
Quotation marks.
Yeah.
Bought this house, but they didn't actually. I don't know how to word this. They didn't get it written as a permit for them to live in. So they weren't actually ever meant to live in this house. All of their loans said that they can't, under terms of their loans said that they can't live there. They told the permit writer that they can't live there. But this is what I want to talk about. Basically, in their video explaining what happened, they made it out to seem that they bought this house and that they were scammed by everyone.
Yeah.
But that's just not the case. Or I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for just the way that we talk. Speculation says that's not the case.
I think because we know how dodgy these people are, and they've scammed so many people. Do you know what I mean?
Their fans especially.
I am literally inclined to not believe what they say.
I don't believe a word they say anyway.
Yeah.
I have to double check, fact check, watch 3 videos about the video.
Yeah.
It is insane. The amount. I don't think anyone can trust them, and they've still got loyal fans. When I go onto their videos, yes, there's people questioning it.
I think it's because people buy into the idea that these people are perfect and this is the perfect ideal American family.
It's just not the case though. These people are just in it for the money.
Yeah.
Big time.
They genuinely do not care.
No.
I mean, the app situation.
Oh God, do I even bring this up?
If you guys tell me about the app situation.
Okay, so they had this Ace Club app where you pay. It was an app.
Yeah, but for extra things that just were not there.
People were getting charged for things that they hadn't bought. People were getting a monthly charge, a subscription fee. And they said to people that they were going to be posting exclusive videos on there that only the Ace Club family members can watch. They never did any of that, and then they claimed that they were scammed.
So they claimed that they were scammed, not they were scamming people who had subscribed to this service.
Yeah, but
what's going on?
It's just a load of bollocks.
The whole thing is a shambles.
And the funny thing is, Austin actually came onto an Instagram live, and he was like, "I'm upset because you guys have got scammed." He said that to his fans and his followers, but that's the only time he's admitted failure.
Yeah.
They need genuinely.
I think he really does have a
superiority complex.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, big
he does,
time.
and I think that's quite clear.
Yeah.
Because I've seen this video of them talking about the house situation.
No.
But I know you have, and you've told me everything that they've said in that video.
Yeah.
Everything sounds like denial to me.
It is, big time.
Straight up denial.
It's not denial.
I mean, what did apparently they weren't even paying their mortgage at one point.
Yeah.
Because it was negative.
Basically, it bounced back. Catherine paid the 70k mortgage for that month.
Yeah.
And it bounced back. She called the guys that they said that I don't know, I can't remember her excuse. I remember it being really shoddy. And she was just basically after that, I just tried to stay positive and just move on with my life. And she said that as an excuse for not paying her mortgage. So technically, they've done mortgage fraud.
Yeah.
In terms, that's essentially what's happened. Now, they have bought another house. They are moved in, I believe.
Are they?
I don't follow them, but I just I basically watch the videos that are all about the drama.
To me, I think for you, they're a bit like Trisha Paytas. You watch them just to see what they do next.
Essentially.
Because
yes.
it is literally
It's like a reality TV show.
It is, yeah.
And I haven't watched a video of theirs in the longest time, right?
Mm.
Their intro, like, I don't condone family vlogging channels, I absolutely hate them.
I hate them.
Their intro literally looks like an intro to like the Real Housewives of like Cheshire. Like it's got like each of the family member with like their name and there's this like theme tune. Like I genuinely haven't ever watched them, followed them, liked them. But because obviously I've been delving into some more information because I find it fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I watched it and I was like, what is this? What is going on? They've got a son named Steele. That speaks volumes to me.
I think, like, for me, their financial situation, like what's going on, like we can laugh at it, but I think ultimately, like, I do feel really, really sorry for the children.
That's a whole complete topic, yeah.
Because ultimately, like, they're the ones that have made their parents that money, because without them, because basically they exploited them for money.
They did.
And like you were saying, like we just stand against family channels. It's because you are literally exploiting your little kids.
Yeah.
To be like they're not an actor.
No.
You're not on a show. You are literally filming your kids' birthday parties.
Birth,
like everything, and you're putting that all on social media for people to see.
My biggest thing.
That to me just blows my mind.
My biggest thing is a child can't consent. Monkey do what monkey says.
Yeah.
You know, these are children. They, you know, they do what their parents tell them. So if they've been chucked in front of a camera since the age of literally 0, then they're going to be in front of a camera until they leave the house.
Yep.
If nothing happens with this family. But they have countless lawsuits. They have lawsuits like worth.
Oh, they're done. They're done.
Like
Financially, they're done.
The state has sued them.
The state.
The literal state of wherever they live, California, I think, has sued them. That's how bad. Like they literally think that they live on top of the world.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
It's a security complex. I think they literally think they walk on water.
Yeah, but you know, we'll keep you guys updated with anything that happens. But
yeah, I mean, it's just. Yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, isn't it?
It is what it is.
Anyway, right guys, we promise this is the last sponsored video.
We do.
But My Protein are the other sponsors of this video.
I know.
And using the code Harrison, you guys can save 42% off everything on the store. That's 42% off on the store. That's crazy.
That's a lot of money.
So you could literally buy like a bag of creatine for like 15 quid, which I just think is crazy.
I'm gonna have a gummy.
You can have a gummy. These gummies are pain.
I literally have these every day. No complaints, because they're so good.
Because they're paying up.
I haven't had one today, so.
Little treat for you. But yeah, obviously My Protein, no introduction. But yeah, use code Harrison, save 42% off. Get your whey protein, get your nice gummies that Tiffers likes,
Love these.
multivitamins, the flapjacks, pre-workout, anything you want, 42% off. Use the code Harrison.
Bish bash bosh.
Bish bash bosh. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys.
See you later. Moving on. We have.
Can't remember.
My brain literally just went donuts. So.
Donuts?
You don't.
We actually have some My Protein flapjacks in here if you want to have a little munch.
No. Oh god. I was going to talk about COVID, but I don't really want to.
I don't think anyone wants to.
No, it's bad.
I don't know if you guys are living in the UK. Or
Wherever you guys are living.
Yeah, but like in the UK, it is just, at least where we live, in the southeast of England.
People are going nuts over the vaccines.
People are going nuts. Yeah, like they've stopped walk-in centres.
Yeah.
This new what's the variant called? Yeah.
Omicron.
The Omicron variant.
The Omicron variant.
That sounds fancy.
Very fancy.
As I understand it, again, I'm not an expert, but I'm not an expert in anything we talk about in these videos. By the way.
We're just putting our 2 pence in.
We are literally just chatting bollocks, but
that's what it should be called.
What bollocks?
Chatting bollocks.
As I understand it, the more contagious something is, the less like dangerous it actually is.
Alright.
So like the fact that this variant is more contagious
might be a good thing.
Not a good thing, but like the people that it's going to affect are going to be people who have got underlying health issues anyway. Like all COVID variants have done
in the past. Yeah.
So I don't understand why this particular variant is freaking everyone out.
I think it's almost the media.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's coming up to Christmas. No one wants another lockdown, let's be honest. No one wants to be restricted again. So I think it's just down to that. I think it's the media having a big part to play in it.
I think the South African president said something about the US and the UK.
Well, he basically said that we were like acting discriminatory towards South Africa, because we closed the borders.
See, that to me is just that makes no sense, because like if we had a variant develop here in the UK, I would expect other, do you think Europe's going to let us just walk through?
No way.
Of course they're not.
No way. So
oh yeah, come through, please.
Do you know what I mean? It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, like that. But I think that it just, like you said, it's all social media.
I think it's genuinely the media just running wild with it. We saw it in the first lockdown.
Yeah.
We saw it in the second.
Yeah.
We've seen it ever since there's been a new variant. The Delta variant, they were blasting that all over the media, and here we are still, we didn't have to change anything because of that one at least.
I think COVID is going to be in and out of our lives for the next 10 years.
Every winter, I think.
Yeah, I think we're going to have periods where COVID comes down and there'll be a new variant and it comes back, and I think that's going to be not just here in the UK but all over the world.
Yeah. I think it's just something that we are all going to have to learn to live with.
Yeah. Kind of like flu or whatever.
Cold,
it's just it's going to become that common and that.
But we know what we're doing now. Our country. Well, you go into self-isolation. You quarantine.
Yeah.
It's not like, do I need to go to hospital? Obviously you go to hospital if you need to. But I think people at the beginning of COVID would just go into the hospital because they had it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I think we all, as a country and as government, know what we need to do.
Yeah. And I don't think, obviously, people don't just go to hospital now.
No, it's not the case.
Just because you have COVID.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No. It's always because they've got to that point that they need it.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Our final topic of the evening. I know.
Let's have it.
I don't know if you've watched this still. Mr. Beast's Squid Game.
No, but you have told me about it.
I have told you about it.
It sounds nuts.
He was getting a lot of hate on one social media in particular, and I have no idea why. It was on Twitter. I think it was basically, obviously when you watch the Squid Game Netflix show, they have a lot of character development, like a TV show does.
I don't really understand why you'd get hate for it though. This particular video, because it all seemed. What was he getting hate for exactly?
I think people just didn't really like it. I didn't read the tweets, but I heard overall on Twitter, it was a bit of a controversial topic because people didn't necessarily like it that much. Doesn't make sense to me. I thoroughly enjoyed the video. It was only 25 minutes long. He did all of the games. He replicated the sets.
I saw pictures of the sets. It looks incredible.
He got video game specialists.
Yeah, wasn't it $456,000?
I think that was the amount on the line.
It's crazy.
It was a lot of money.
I'd love to know his profit margins for these videos.
I think everyone wants to know. I think it's gotten to that point where you have so much money to give away.
Yeah, but every video must be costing $1 million. It has to be.
Maybe he gives away just millions.
Yeah, so I reckon his profit margin is low.
Yeah. But we don't know. We're not Mr. Beast.
It makes for entertaining videos.
But if you've watched the video, you've seen it. It's just the game show, and to be honest, it was a really good
little video.
Yeah, the way that it was structured, everything about it. Really enjoyed it. I think you should watch it. I think you should.
I've never really been a big fan of Mr. Beast though.
No, you haven't.
I've never disliked him though.
No.
But I've never been I have to go watch the new Mr. Beast video. I
don't think I'm there either, but I do enjoy watching his videos. I think that he's just quite a generous man, and he does seem like quite a nice guy.
I think he's just cracked the YouTube algorithm because he puts clickbaity titles and then actually does the thing that he says he's going to do. So
you're not wrong.
So when he says, I'm giving this much money away, he actually genuinely is. It's not just clickbait for clickbait. It's a clickbaity topic.
But he does it.
But he actually does it.
I know.
So I just think he's a genius.
Yeah.
I just think he knows exactly what he's doing and how to get views.
Maybe we should start doing.
So why was he actually getting hate though for this
I think
video?
it was because it wasn't what they expected.
So you expected people to get shot by a machine gun running towards a doll? I don't understand.
I don't understand it either, but literally on all other social media channels, not Twitter, that was the one that he got hate on, TikTok, Instagram, like his whole YouTube comment section was just positivity. It was like, oh my gosh, like this is probably one of the best videos you've ever done, and it genuinely was. So fair play to Mr. Beast, because you literally did Squid Game. Like he had all
He's
this
done
sense. He's done it. Like you done it.
Mr. Beast has done his own Squid Game.
I don't know if he's gonna get a copyright claim.
No.
The Netflix might come after him. You never know. But well done to him, because he's done well.
Yeah, fair play to Mr. Beast.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I think that's going to conclude episode 1 of the podcast. So the goal is to make podcast episodes 2 or 3 times a week.
Yeah.
We're going to really, really try and
Keep on top of it.
keep on top of it. It's been something that we've wanted to do for ages, and we're just excited that it's off the ground. So let us know if there's any topics that you guys want us to cover.
Yeah.
Or if you've enjoyed the video, if you like the format, whatever.
Anything,
yeah. Or if you hate it, if you love
Fair
it,
enough.
fair enough, do you know what I mean? But yeah, until next time, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers.